Good morning friends, myself Professor Patil sir, and I am today going to teach you real numbers. This is very basic. So we have a topic real numbers. Okay, in number system we encounter with this number. This is very important number, real number, which is existing number. Okay, so we define this first. So what is the definition of real number? So definition. So what kind of real number it is? Okay, so what is real number? Real number is a set of rationals and irrationals. Okay, so real number is a set of, it is a real number is a set of rationals and irrationals. Okay, what do you mean by rationals? What do you mean by rational numbers? Rational numbers are nothing but numbers in ratio form, and irrational means numbers are not in a ratio form. And okay, so first thing we just define what is rational number. What do you mean by rational number? In this topic we also see some examples based on rational numbers. So we have to show some kind of numbers which are rationals. Okay, so what is the definition of rational number? The word rational is it is a collection of, it is a mixture of ratio and nulls. Means ratio means rationals. It is in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0 and p and q are integers. Okay, this is the definition of natural number. Any number which came in this form, we say that number is rational number. Okay, so next definition is irrational number. What is irrational number? Obviously this is opposite of rational number. It means it is not in a form of p by q, and the decimal part of this number is, it is not in a form of p by q, means decimal part is non-terminating and not repeating. So it is not rational, and its decimal part is non-terminating and not repeating. Non-terminating. What do you mean by terminating? Means stop. So it is not stoppable. Okay, and not repeating. Okay, repeat भी नहीं होता है इसका. So decimal part, for example, so इससे इनके example क्या क्या देख सकते हैं आप? So rational numbers means obviously this is 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 0, 1, all these are rationals. Okay, and irrationals means numbers like this, like 3.1415 dot dot dot, like this, 1.7312 dot dot dot. So these numbers are not repeating, these are never repeat and not terminating. Okay, so these are log 2. इनकी जो वैल्यू निकालोगे तो आप वही लिखेगी, आप √2 लेंगे, √3 लेंगे, √5 लेंगे. All these are irrationals. Okay, so this is the difference between these two numbers. So now we are going to see some examples which gives us a proper knowledge of this. Okay, so we elaborate this, we just find out more examples which can be very helpful to learn this. Okay, so as per the examples we have seen, √2, √3 are irrationals. Okay, so we just prove this. Okay, how √2 is irrational, why it is not in a form of p by q, and why it is not rational, and all these things. Okay, so we first write down, we prove √3 is irrational. We have to prove whether √3 is. So example, prove that √3 is irrational. Okay, prove that √3 is irrational. So how can we prove? We have proof of this one. So we will prove this by our method of contradiction. So which kind of method we are using? Method of contradiction. Okay, what do you mean by contradiction? What is the method of contradiction? किसी चीज़ को प्रूव करना है, सपोज √3 इरेशनल प्रूव करना है, तो √3 को रैशनल ले लो. सो वी हैव टू टेक वेदर √3 इज, सपोज वी आर कंसिडरिंग √3 इज रैशनल. इरेशनल सपोज है वो, ये प्रूव करना है. सपोज हम रैशनल लेके देखेंगे, यदि ये चीज़ें रैशनल लेके हमको वही चीज़ें उल्टी आ रही है, उस तरीके से आ रही है रैशनल की तरीके से, सो देन वी विल से दैट इट इज़ रैशनल, बट it is irrational. So if you take √3 rational, so there may be some problem in solution, so we just see that. Okay, so we assume that √3 is rational. Okay, √3 is rational. अभी what do you mean by rational? Obviously रैशनल है तो इसका मीनिंग क्या है? इट इज़ इन द फॉर्म ऑफ p बाई क्यू. अभी p बाई क्यू के फॉर्म में रहेगा तो कैसे रहेगा? सपोज √3 इज इक्वल, सपोज वी जस्ट राइट डाउन p अपॉन q, वेयर q इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0 एंड p कॉमा q आर इंटीजर्स. ओके, दिस इज द फॉर्म ऑफ √3 now p and q are such that here p and q whether they are co-prime to each other. Okay, p and q are relatively prime to each other. Okay, what do you mean by relatively prime? So it cannot in the form of 4 by 2 like this. Okay, it cannot be in the form of 2 by 4 because this kind of things get cancelled and this will be 2 and this will be 1 by 2. So originally we have a rational number that is 1 by 2. We cannot write 2 by 4, 3 by 6 like this because this can be simplified further. So we don't need to simplify, and we will take p and q such that it will be relatively prime to each other. Okay, so there may be there is no any number which is common to p and q, so that is our assumption. Okay, so now √3 equal to p by q, we are taking square on both sides. So taking square on both sides, so it is equal to 3 equals to p square upon q square. So √3 square is 3 and p ka square p square and q square. Okay, so this implies p square equals to thrice q square. So what is the meaning of p square equal to 3 q square, and p and q are integers. Okay, so whenever we multiply any integers to 3, so this will be in a table of 3. Okay, this is a multiple of 3, so this implies p square is equals to 3t. So 3 का multiple यानी 3t. So obviously, so 3t यानी where t is any integer. Okay, t belongs to some integer. Okay, so this is our first assumption. We identify this as 1. Now after this, so p square is 3t. Okay, moreover we just write down p square is 3t, square of any number which is in the table of 3. So root is also in table of 3, so we just have, this implies p is also multiple of 3. This is number 3. Okay, take any square which is a multiple of 3. So suppose we take 81, so square root of 81 is 9, so it is also in a table of 3. So that's why we take square which is in multiple of 3, so its square root also multiple of 3. So multiple of 3. So this is the first assumption. Now again using this, what we have, p is equals to 3t. We put this p in this. Okay, we take this equation as star. p square equal to 3q square, इनको हम we identify this as star. So put in star. Star is very important. अब यदि हम इसमें put करेंगे, so what we have, so p square equal to 3t. So p equal to 3t. Now p square means, what is the p square? So we just write down this one as 3t whole square is equals to 3q square. Okay, we have p is equal to 3t, we put this here, square of p is 3t whole square. So what we get ultimately, so it is 9t square is equals to 3q square. Again 3 1 is 3, 3 2 is 6, 3 3 is 9. Okay, so what we get q square equals to 3t square. And now what is t? T is any integer, and square of any integer is again an integer. So whenever we multiply any number by 3, any integer by 3, so it is in table in 3. So q square is multiple of 3, implies q is also multiple of 3. So this is also 3t square, और यदि हम इसको 3p भी बोल सकते हैं, p is any integer again. So what we get from this, q is also multiple of 3, or what we assumed here, p and q are relatively prime to each other. But what we are getting, p is a multiple of 3 and q is also multiple of 3. 3 is common in both. So this will be this contradict our assumption. So these are not relatively prime to each other. So whatever we are assuming, it is incorrect. So what we get ultimately, this is the contradiction here. 3